Good to see you back. The arrest of a digital portal co-founder over a fake news article has sparked off a massive battle on the social media. On the one side, you have the pro-AAP and pro-Congress wing, and on the other side, you have all their social media armies celebrating the arrest, while the BJP and the right-wing lobbies call it an attack on press freedom. Now, is the arrest about fake news or one involving political ideologies? Let's debate.
On the debate tonight, a social media battle over a journalist's arrest. The arrest of Postcard News founder for fake news has opened up a fresh political front. The BJP is openly backing Mahesh Hegde.
This type of giving the treatment or misusing the machinery of the state government, so sending to jail, this is not good. This is not a fair democracy. Siddaramaiah once again going 1975, when Indira Gandhi emergency on declared, entire India. Now Siddaramaiah's same culture, he is coming from same culture, he is doing the same Hitler tactics.
Celebrating the arrest is the JNU lobby. And the Congress government in Karnataka won't back down.
Postcard.com. He posted something wrong or fake, false. He always do like this only. There are so many people like this. Majority they belongs to Sangha Parivar. Police will take, has taken necessary action for his wrong post. Police will take the necessary action.
The arrest has sparked an ideological battle between social media lobbies.
The arrest of the editor of an online portal Postcard has sparked off a row here in Karnataka between the BJP and Congress, while the BJP is accusing the ruling Congress here of muzzling freedom of press. The Congress has hit back, saying that we are just merely following procedures.
Is this fight about fake news or political ideologies? Let's debate.
Well, I mean, there are two lobbies here, and I just want to be very clear about it. There is the right lobby, and the other lobby is not the left lobby, because the left really doesn't exist. It's more the Cong, AAP. So you have on the one side what you call the Congi Aptard lobby, and you've got the Sanghi lobby on the other. We should be at least honest about it. There are these two lobbies in battle. So let's begin the debate out here. My first question is to the lawyer of Tejasvi Surya. Tejasvi Surya, who's Mahesh Hegde's lawyer. I'm sorry, Tejasvi. What are you defending, Tejasvi? A journalist is arrested for spreading fake news, and it is on the website. It is under sections of 153A, 120B, section 34. This is the kind of fake news that can cause a riot, right? You have made this an argument about freedom of expression. Please explain to us today, how is a fake news that can promote or lead to a riot a case for freedom of expression? How is a lie that incites, how is it freedom of expression? Go ahead, and the debate is open to all. To Vishwajit Kumar, Abdul Hafiz Gandhi, Tanveer Ahmed, Suman Siraman, Shantanu Gupta, Saurabhi Hodigere, Vivek Reddy and Gaurav Bhatia. The debate is open. Go on. Go on, Tejasvi, I started with you.
Arnab.
Yes.
Arnab, let me make first thing. The first thing I want to make here is whether he put out the tweet, what was the content of the tweet, everything, whether it is insightful, etc., will be decided by the court at a later stage. The question before us today is whether, or based on a reasonable report, a journalist puts out a social media tweet or a Facebook post and is harassed and arrested by a police officer based on a bald complaint which does not
Reasonable.
any of these details. And
Reasonable.
yes, a reasonable
Reasonable.
input.
What
A
do you mean by,
reasonable
what do you mean by
input. He
reasonable,
acts-
Tejasvi? Tejasvi, what do you mean by reasonable,
Tanveer.
Tejasvi? Just by saying, no, one second,
Tanveer,
Tejasvi.
one second.
You
Reasonable
know,
means
you
there
can
were
put your
sources
argument, you
informed
can put your argument in the court of law.
Tanveer,
It
if you
is
do not want to
hateful,
allow me to
hate
complete my very
monger,
first point.
a person who doesn't
It just
understand
shows that
anything.
you do not
No.
want. Tanveer,
No,
if you
why
do
are
not
you
want
saying
to even
reasonable?
hear
What
me
do
on
you
the
mean by
first
reasonable,
line,
Tejasvi?
why don't you even want to hear?
Tejasvi,
let me-
you need to be sensible.
Allow me to.
To be reasonable, you need to be
Tanveer,
sensible.
let us
You
speak
can't
about
be.
sensible.
Abdul Hafiz Gandhi is also in the debate. This is open. It's open debate. Go on. Abdul Hafiz Gandhi, go on.
I am sorry, Tejasvi.
The debate is on.
Party,
Everyone on the screen.
Our party supports the freedom of speech and expression guaranteed under the constitution. But that does not mean that in the guise of being a journalist you can spread fake news.
One versus one. Gentlemen, calm down.
Wait. This
What
website
nonsense is this?
this postcard website
if you do not
is
want to
the
listen to me, I do
agenda-driven
not want this
website.
to be a
Is the website which is spreading
mealy
fake
here
news,
where nobody
and
hears
it
what
has
is
a checkered
the
history of
speaker is
spreading
speaking.
fake news. This is not the first time that this website is spreading fake news. It has a checkered history, and those websites like the Alt News and Bloom Live, which are there to check the onslaught of fake news, they have a track
History
record
does
of
not matter
being
when
news
criminal
published on
law
this
is set
particular
in
website.
motion. Do you guys not know
under the-
ABCD of criminal law?
Under the guise of a journalist.
No.
One second.
Will somebody be
Behavior is
arrested
less a
today
journalist
for a
than the-
particular
Hello.
crime?
Than the worker
Depending
Hello.
on what
right
he
wing
said,
of-
Okay, here's a question. Here's a question. Here's a
Criminal law
question.
does not work.
1 minute.
Allow
1
me
minute.
to
1 minute.
speak.
1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute.
You cannot
1
spread
second.
fake
1
news.
second. 1 second. 1 minute. 1 second. 1 minute. 1 minute. Abdul Hafiz Gandhi.
1 minute.
Abdul Hafiz Gandhi. Abdul Hafiz Gandhi. A question goes from me. A question goes from me. Abdul Hafiz Gandhi. Relax. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Abdul Hafiz Gandhi. I will go into the question of political balance later. Now let me tell you one thing. I'll go into that question later. It's a question for later, but I put this question up. You said alt news. I put this question to anyone. Who in the world thinks that alt news is politically balanced? Let there be a discussion on this. If you tell me that alt news is balanced, then you tell me the wire is also balanced.
No,
So let's be clear about it. Do not put these people on a pedestal. You very well know their political biases and prejudices. You know the biases. You know the biases of wire and alt news better than others. So don't you make an argument about it.
Against you.
No.
Nobody. Arnab,
Swaraj,
nobody is
no. I am very clear. I am very clear. Saurabhi Hodigere is on the program right now. You said alt news. I put this question to all. Is alt news politically balanced? Then I would like to have a discussion
Arnab,
on balance.
it's very
clear.
apparent
Go on.
over here that this is... Arnab, what you've said is very clear. It is selective outrage. In an age of social media and an age of news that comes to us on our fingertips, it's very difficult to determine what is fake news or not. And Karnataka government has set a very wrong precedent, a very selective outrage in arresting somebody who has put out a news on social media who has come from the right wing. They have been very selective in the sort of outrage that they have shown. I just want to put a question to everybody here on the panel. If this has been
the question here
an
is,
arrest that happened in a BJP
one
state in
question,
Maharashtra,
ma'am.
in Gujarat, how would that have reacted? The left liberals would have been on the roads marching against.
You know, Mr. Pratap Simha retweets the team, and actually it really shows that he has the entire support of BJP. What business does Pratap Simha has? Why is he spreading fake news? We all know alt newsers don't really spread anything but truth. But,
No, 1 second. Tanveer, one minute. Saurabhi, will you give me a minute? Saurabhi, will you give me a minute? Saurabhi, will you give me a minute? Tanveer, will you be relaxed for a while? Give yourself a speed breaker for a while. Now the question is this. I'm only going to make a couple of comments. Of course, on social media, it is evident that there are leanings, right? Leanings. I don't call them ideological leanings, I call them political leanings. Now the question is this, that if there is a postcard which is leaning on one side, then alt news leans on the other side. So the question will be how does alt news which leans on one side assume that postcard which leans on the other side does not have a right to exist? If there is a right wing, if a left wing can exist, then a right wing can also exist. The argument therefore which is being presented right now is that we are holier than thou is the most hypocritical argument that I've ever heard. And there is too much of this conscience spreading which is going on social media. People who are prejudiced themselves, I would say it repeatedly today. Hear it from me loud and clear today. That people who are prejudiced themselves, I will repeat my point. Abdul Hafiz Gandhi, listen to me. People who are prejudiced and biased themselves cannot do fact checking. People who are biased and prejudiced themselves, who are steeped in bias and prejudice, have no right to judge others. The argument goes, Abdul Hafiz Gandhi, I am willing to have a debate right now. Abdul Hafiz, please relax. I am willing to have a debate on Mahesh Hegde. I am willing to have a debate on Mahesh Hegde. I am willing to have a debate on the argument. But please don't, let me complete my point. Unfortunately, I have to play you down because you're not letting me complete a sentence. That's the level of your intolerance. I'd say one thing. I am willing to have a debate on Mahesh Hegde. I am willing to have a debate on that article on Postcard. I am willing to have an argument on how something that can potentially incite a riot can be made a case for freedom of expression. But then we must also debate about the intolerance of one group which believes that the other side does not have a right to exist. Well, if you have bias on one side, there are people who are biased on the other side. Let 1,000 flowers bloom. Second point is, people who are openly biased do not have the right to say that we are fact-checking organizations. And I made that in the context of the remark made by Abdul Hafiz Gandhi. Now let's take the debate forward. Go ahead.
Arnab,
Go ahead.
Today's news is spread by this postcard was
First thing, Arnab,
genuine.
there are 5 instances in Karnataka. The state government did not act upon it.
Can you say to the veracity?
There was a case filed against another left-leaning activist called Prabha Belavangara. The state government did not do anything about it. There was another case filed against another left-leaning activist, Chetana Tirthali.
And this is not for the first time he is doing this. He has a checkered history of doing this again and again.
The CM's media advisor, Dinesh Amin Mattu, the government did not do anything about it. The 5th case there was another ideologically left-leaning guy against whom a case was involved. At 100 stations, cases were filed and FIR was not registered. But when it comes to the case of Mahesh,
whosoever is spreading fake news, action must be taken against him.
False cases have been repeatedly filed against him.
Anybody. I am not in favor of sparing anybody.
Action against a select set of people
who is breaking the law,
blind eye
the
to
person
another
who is
set of
breaching
people
the law must be taken
only
to task.
because the set of people who speak against the government does not suit the government's agenda. Is this rule of law? This is not a question of criminal law, Arnab. This is a question of constitutional law.
All right.
Don't you think that Mr. Hegde is habitual offender?
Okay, the argument on Mahesh Hegde. What do we debate first? One point. Shantanu and Gaurav Bhatia is on the debate. 1 second. Calm down everyone. Calm down. Pull yourself back. Be restrained. And Gaurav Bhatia, a bigger argument being made here right now. Therefore, 2 parts of the debate have emerged. One, can I please? Gaurav, you cannot go into statement mode without listening to a question. You have to restrain yourself for 17 seconds till I make my point. 17 seconds of patience will not cost you. Now listen to me, Gaurav. Listen to me. There are 2 arguments, first of all. One is on whether Mahesh Hegde is a good man or a bad man, on the story he did was irresponsible or not. That's one debate. The second debate which has emerged is people who are totally biased themselves, who lean towards the left, the Congress or the Aam Aadmi Party, and religiously write articles that only favor them, have no right to call themselves fact-checking sites and say that they have a higher moral conscience than others. If that emanates out of their conviction, then other people have their conviction on the other side. That should be a debate today. This so-called halo that people put around themselves, that we are correct because we lean to the left or the Congress or the AAP, is absolute, undiluted garbage of an argument. Now listen here, Gaurav Bhatia. On Mahesh Hegde, the question is of responsibility. Okay? Sumant is on the debate. Mahesh Hegde runs an online portal. One second. 1 minute. 1 minute. Are bhai, you know the problem is you say let me before I'll take another 11 seconds. Mahesh Hegde runs an online portal. 11 days ago he tweeted and reported that Upadhyay Mayank Sagar Ji Maharaj was hit by a drunk biker who is Muslim. The truth is that the Jain monk was injured in a road accident. He has over 78,307 Twitter followers who are potentially misled. There's an election time. People can be commonly provoked by this fake news.
Arnab.
Question is, what are you defending? Please tell me. Okay, 1 second. Sumant will debate. Abdul Hafiz Gandhi. 1 minute.
Let me first come in and I will respond.
Please.
Yeah. Arnab, let us first get the picture right. We are talking about the freedom of speech and expression of a journalist. And this is a state where Rudresh, who was an RSS worker, was murdered. A very serious offense under the Indian Penal Code, which attracts death penalty. His family did not get
what
justice
is your point?
until NIA started
Answer the
probe.
question here.
Now, section 153A, I am answering the question, please. Second, we all know that there have been cases of communal violence where there have been accused persons from the Muslim community. Siddaramaiah said, I'll withdraw their cases. And we also know how he supports the PFI. Now, under section 153A, just because a person makes a post which is factually incorrect does not mean
incorrect.
that
What are the
he has
implications?
committed an offense under 153A.
What are the implications? What are the implications?
Let me
Question
come to
is,
it has to. Yes,
what are the
let me come.
implications?
Because
you know,
he's
what are the
trying to
implications?
incite
I'm
communal
answering that,
feelings.
Arnab.
This is the
Let
whole
me
intention
first
of
for the
Mr.
benefit of the
Hegde,
viewers
to incite
explain.
communal feelings.
153
Mr. Bhatia,
says,
you are an advocate,
153,
and you must speak the truth.
not to interrupt. Please,
That it attracts section 153A
I think first let me complete.
If a person is
are you
trying
illiterate?
to derive a
Why are you
wedge
being
between
uncivilized?
two communities
Have I made my point?
and trying to
Can't you
spread
wait for
fake
some
news,
time?
then this is a crime under IPC.
You hate the community so much that you have to give your biased views. Do you even know what 153 stands for? I'm asking you. 153A says a person intentionally has to promote enmity between people of two religions and caste. Now a post made by him, does that go that long, far away to show that he was promoting enmity between the two groups? No, it doesn't. It only shows that it could be.
Yes.
See, Siddaramaiah government is a government that does not act against terrorists. It supports the PFI. And then in Karnataka, we all know that an ideology which is different from the Congress ideology.
Subhashi Raman is on the debate. I asked the BJP
A
tonight.
murder case,
I asked the
Gauri
BJP
Lankesh murder case, no person was arrested for months. And here there is a case of 153A, which is a far less serious crime without any substance. The person is arrested. So all that we are saying is invoke the law with equality. No person can be denied his right to personal liberty, and law should follow its own course.
Right.
This is a clear-cut case where Siddaramaiah, out of political compulsion, is targeting journalists, and this cannot be allowed.
Sorry, Mr. Bhatia, freedom of expression.
No, you ought to be sorry for Siddaramaiah, who is actually abusing and misusing law to further his political dreams.
1 minute. Sir,
why RSS and BJP workers, when they were killed, why they were not given justice by Siddaramaiah? Why were they not given justice by Siddaramaiah? Just because their ideology is different, they will be butchered and murdered in Karnataka.
No, again you are going to what about
why
it? Please talk about
Siddaramaiah
this issue.
withdrawing? Writing cases against
freedom of
expression
people
is not
just to
freedom
appease
to
the
spread
community.
fake stories.
Is that right under law?
Is this a battle?
Arnab,
No, 1 sec. Sumant, 1 minute.
Arnab, 1 minute.
Sumant,
The
1
very
minute.
fact
Sumant,
that Mr.
I am now
Bhatia
shifting.
me to speak
Let's
and
not
I'm
use
shifting
the word
on the other point today.
No, please,
No, the editor, 1 second. Calm down. Sumant, 1 minute. Shantanu is on the debate. I also want to just ask you this. To the pro-Congress, AAP-leaning lobby, they have also become victim, or a mascot rather, I should say, of the grapevine syndrome. And let me explain this. The editor of this online portal, Mahesh Hegde, has been arrested. he has allegedly spread fake news. Just give me a minute. What he did was wrong, and I'm telling you, absolutely unforgivable as a journalist. Now that we have established these facts, and we all agree on that, let me ask, how is this Congress-leaning, AAP-leaning group anyone to talk? They are the mascots of the grapevine syndrome. Consider a few examples here today, and let me share this, and anyone can come into the debate. I'll give you one. Did this same lobby do tons of articles about Rahul Gandhi's Singapore fake news tweet? Did these people, the Shaila Rashids and the Prashant Bhushans, who are speaking about fake news today, did they speak as much? I'm only asking a question, not casting aspersion. And may it be told by some people, maybe some people believe that Alt News and Wire and Scroll are completely balanced organizations, that maybe their perspective, good luck to them, maybe the organizations think they are biased. I'm not casting aspersions, but I'm raising a question. 1 minute. Allow me to raise my point and Sumant, relax for a minute. Sumant, relax for a minute. Sumant, relax for a minute. We go on grounds. We will ask some questions. Now the question is, therefore, please understand. The question is, when Rahul Gandhi's party sliced and diced and diced and sliced and sliced and diced a video of a speech in Singapore or a statement to make it seem like he has done an astounding job, Rahul Gandhi, by answering Professor Prasenjit Basu's question, where he was asked, why is it that during the years your family has ruled India, India's per capita income was growing less than the world average? I'm just asking one question. I don't know. Let Saurabhi answer this question. Saurabhi, tell me, did all these organizations, I'm not aware, I'm not passing an aspersion, but did Wire and Scroll and Alt News and whatever news and all these news, did they do as much of a critical analysis of that? And therefore, was there an analysis, therefore, when the Chief Justice of India was declared as corrupt? When there was an open statement by some people who tweeted that the Chief Justice of India is corrupt and virtually a member of the BJP, did this lobby make a big deal of it? No, just asking you questions out here, because you are saying that they are balanced. Maybe they are, maybe I don't know.
Very, very pertinent point.
Did they or did they not?
Afzal Guru's hanging according
You are
to
not
these
taking-
pseudo-seculars.
The question
You might
is-
not take an opinion, but I am going to. It is very,
Afzal
very.
Guru's hanging was a judicial
It is very
killing,
apparent
and
over
they
here
came out
that
to
the
protect
left
such a
machinery is a little bit more well-oiled. They know exactly what they're doing when it comes to such sort of things.
Sumant,
It's
okay,
not that
Sumant.
they are not aware of what is going on. It's just that their
Arnab, I-
machinery
Tanvi.
is
5
so
instances
very
will
well-oiled
Okay, Sumant.
that even if a fake news comes out, their selective outrage
I want to hear
is
him.
so well done. I'd really like to tell you, Arnab, that is something
I want to hear him.
They have,
Whether a
they have
journalist is
mastered the
having
art of propagating
the
fake
right
news
to spread the
without
fake news. Now, where are journalistic ethics? Under journalistic ethics, you must check the fact and recheck the fact.
Yes.
And then you have a right to publish it. Now, where is the neutrality
Sir,
of
the
a journalist?
journalistic ethics is also for everybody in the mainstream media. It is also applicable to
Yes,
everybody,
I'm saying it
irrespective
is
of
for
their
everybody.
ideology. The
I am
problem
not
that is
saving-
coming
I
out
am
here
not
is that
saving
there is
somebody.
selective.
I am saying it exists.
What the
Now I am
Sidramaiah
saying it
government has
exists for
done
everybody.
is turned a blind
Now,
eye to everybody else in the state who is pro the government and is
Now,
going after people who are against him. He is
Journalistic
scared, and
ethics-
that is why this sort of
journalistic
police
ethics are there for
action
everybody.
with such sort of charges have been put
Where is
forth.
the neutrality of a journalist? Where is the
Why is the yardstick to
neutrality of a
why
journalist?
is the yardstick
Now, do
to
you
judge
think-
somebody's
do you support-
journalistic ethic? Why is
Do
the
you
yardstick
support,
tilted
do you
towards
support
those
that
who
the
are
news is spread by
pro-Sidramaiah,
Mr. Hegde
pro-Congress?
is correct and genuine? Do you support spreading fake news? Now,
Sir,
what
that
will
is
happen
not
to
the
the
question
country?
that we are answering
No, the
right now.
question
That
here
is
is-
not the
Happen to the
question that we
interest
are
of the
answering.
The question is on
The
balance.
question that we are
The
The
answering-
question is on
the question
balance,
that we are
and let
answering
me
is the
tell you one
outrage
thing.
and the
Let me
reactive
tell you,
aspect of it.
Tanvi, one second. Abdul,
This is not for the first time that
Abdul, listen, Abdul Hafiz Gandhi. I know that there is a fairly polarized atmosphere today. One second, Abdul, can I calm you down and look at Vivek Reddy sitting quietly there, not uttering a word, the most well-behaved person on the panel, thinking, "Mera samay bhi aayega." Vivek, 1 minute. I'm just a light-hearted note. I'm just asking one question, and let everyone come in. It may be that all the organizations that people see as politically prejudiced as pro-Congress, pro-Aam Aadmi Party, pro-left on a permanent basis. Permanent means they are all right and everybody else is all wrong. So all your articles and all your fact-checking are only on one side and never on the other. I wonder why. Maybe they are the most balanced organizations, but maybe they are blind to one side. I wonder why. Let everyone be on the debate. I am giving a specific example here right now. And I have no qualms. Listen to me. Listen to me. This lobby constantly slices and dices our videos as well and makes stories out of it. Fine. Let them get a few more hits. I have no problem with it. But I am asking a specific example. Now there is this fellow who I find his statements to be persistently, predictably communal. His name is Omar Khalid. He has tweeted, the JNU guy, he has tweeted about the arrest of Mahesh Hegde as against freedom to promote fake hatred, communal polarization and public fake news. I am completely for that. Nobody can publish fake news and communally polarize. I'll be the first person to say, in that case, the person should be arrested. But I am asking you that Arvind Kejriwal launched a Twitter attack on the government on the demonetization move by retweeting the image of a man in Satna, Madhya Pradesh, who hung himself, and the picture turned out to be an old one. So there was a factual mistake then. I want to know, did they have their facts right? Was there so much outrage then? What happens to all the fact-checking then? I'm just wondering.
The government from taking the action.
I'm wondering, no?
And to add to
Is
this,
that provocative? Is that provocative?
To add to this, Ramya from Bangalore said,
Arnab, your
in
argument
an
does
IT
not
meeting
hold
she says, create fake accounts
Who is stopping the
with a view to spread false messages.
Okay.
And what did they do? They didn't say anything.
Vivek,
when Ramya was when she came out so loudly and said,
what is Amit
so
Malviya
vehemently
said?
to
Please
create
speak
false
about Amit
accounts.
Malviya also. Speak about
What did the Congress do?
Also,
What did the Congress do? This same culture is prevalent in Siddaramaya's government. Here, Siddaramaiah is protecting this ideology. That is a sad thing.
Don't get entangled.
The problem in Karnataka is, Tanveer Ahmed, don't simply talk. Don't simply talk. The problem in Karnataka is,
That's Vivek Reddy,
Siddaramaiah is
spokesperson of BJP
protecting these
Karnataka.
people. And he is attacking the innocent people of Karnataka. Why did he permit Nalpar? Why did he permit Nalpar to come to the police station? Why did he go out and arrest him? This sort of a culture, Siddaramaiah is playing around with the rule of law. And that is what is happening in Karnataka.
Okay, so here's
the
a question.
People from the ideology of wire
Here's a question.
are being
Here's a
protected.
question. Here's
And
a
that is a
question.
sad thing.
Here's a question. Here's a question. 1 minute. Here's a question. Here's a question. Tanveer, listen. Tanveer, listen. Tanveer, I'm just checking. I'm fact checking. Tanveer, on a lighter note, I'm fact checking. Because fact checking is the fashion nowadays. Tanveer, listen to me, please. You know, as they say, charity begins at home. We must do, if those who do fact checking must do some fact checking on themselves also. And I also believe they should do some fact checking on their conscience, if they have any. Tanveer, you understand what I'm saying, right? I hope we all have a sense of humor. Don't take ourselves too seriously.
Yes,
Now, here's a question, Tanveer. Listen to me. I don't. Which is why when they use our videos to slice, dice, write articles, increase their ratings and all, I'm fine. I'm happy with it. Let them enjoy themselves. My question is, for example, Congress party, your favorite Congress party, Tanveer, who you are having this alliance with, which you have not declared yet.
Sir, no.
Okay, relax. The problem is you take yourself too seriously.
We are against Congress, sir.
Okay, relax. No, it's all right. I don't know. Nobody knows anymore whether Kumaraswamy is for Congress or Devegowda is for BJP.
In some places against, in some places for, as it suits them.
My question is, Tanveer, are you going to put a 100 crore defamation suit on me?
We are for Karnataka. We are
Listen
for
to me.
India.
Tanveer, listen. Tanveer, it's Friday evening. I'm asking
no,
a straight
sir.
question. My question is...
Why should I do that?
Tanveer, Shantanu, listen to me. Congress party spread rumors, Shantanu, about how the
Arnab,
telecom
I said you're a
ministry...
good man.
About
Nobody
how the
should do that to
telecom
you.
ministry approved a 13-digit number for regular mobile users when no such decision had been made. I'm giving an example. Right? I think it happened around February 2018. My question was, how much anger and outrage was that among the Congress, pro-AAP, pro-whatever left group in social media? How much hashtagging did they do on that? Any idea? Was there much, Samat? No. Nothing.
Arnab, Arnab, if the first one who has to be arrested, is someone who runs Congress India's handle, Divya Spandana, or Rahul Gandhi himself for tweeting funny
there
tweets,
are hundreds of factually
non-factual
inaccurate
tweets,
stories
communally
online.
violent tweets, all of
those
them.
that can incite violence have to be dealt with severely.
We move from there.
Have the potential to incite violence cannot be equated.
And he's caught on camera. He's caught on camera giving money to people in Mysore. Because of that, he has to divert the issues. He has to divert the issue. That's why he has arrested. He has Mahesh Hegde, and police has not produced any evidence against his news also.
No, the other argument is, and I'm asking questions. I am asking questions. Let me give an example. Let me give another example. I'll give an example. I want to give an example. I hope people work on their own intentions and are not guided by others. So another example I want to give here. Yes, Bishwajit Kumar, good evening. Is it hurting you, some of the content of the debate? Ji, boliye.
गुड इवनिंग अभी मैं जुड़ा हूं।
हाँ बोलिए।
मैं ये कह रहा हूं कि बीजेपी का कोई मुकाबला नहीं कर सकता है। वो फेक न्यूज के लिए, वो झूठे न्यूज के लिए, झूठी खबरों के लिए, झूठी बातों के लिए, देश को गुमराह करने के लिए, दंगा फैलाने के लिए पूरे देश के अंदर में उन्होंने ये माहौल बना के रखा है। इसका कोई मुकाबला नहीं कर सकता है। अरे उसके बीजेपी के सांसद कह रहे हैं, सीपी ठाकुर ने खुद कहा है, सिद्धारमैया गवर्नमेंट इज दैट इट हैज कर्नाटक के अंदर उनके सांसद ने कह दिया बीजेपी मोदी सरकार देश को बर्बाद कर देगी। ये खुद कहा जा रहा है।
फॉर इवन इफ दे आर पीएफआई एक्टिविस्ट्स एंड दे सपोर्ट द कांग्रेस। सुन लीजिए मेरी बात, मैं कुछ आप ही से कह रहा हूं, अगर आप सुने तो। द प्रॉब्लम इज व्हेन family of Rudresh have to wait for justice, but a journalist is arrested because his post is factually incorrect, assuming that it is factually incorrect. PFI leaders who have been complicit in murdering RSS and BJP workers are spared, but a journalist for 153A, which is a far less serious offence, is arrested. Third, I would like to ask this टुकड़े gang, they just बीच में मत बोलिए मेरे भाई साहब, मैं अपनी टर्न पे बोल रहा हूँ ना विश्वजीत, आप अपनी टर्न पे बोलिएगा। टुकड़े gang support
दंगा का ये माहौल किसने बनाया है, कैसे बन गया है, कौन हुआ पहले लोग मिल करके अंग्रेजों से कैसे लड़े? आप क्या अफजल गुरु ये सब बकते रहते हो भाई?
अच्छा एक बात
फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच एंड एक्सप्रेशन नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होगा सर।
उस पर बोलो।
Where were you when Gauri Lankesh was murdered? Where were you when Gauri Lankesh was murdered? And the culprits were not arrested for months. Within 13 days, the Siddaramaiah government has the audacity to arrest a journalist for a inaccurate at the most. He is not spreading hatred amongst the community.
Listen, आप देखिए।
तो ये तो आप लोग बताते हैं ना जो मर्डर कराते हैं आरएसएस बीजेपी वर्कर का। आप बताइए सिद्धारमैया क्यों नहीं बता पाए एमएम कलबुर्गी का मर्डर किसने किया था? सालों साल बीत गए। Think about the family of एमएम कलबुर्गी।
Here is okay, one second. I go back to the discussion. Saurabhi and Tanveer, one second. No, Gaurav, this is not a standard political debate. Now we are on subject number 2, and by the way, I am firmly of the view that if the editor of Alt News has knowingly gone out there and put out a news story deliberately trying to incite a riot, then the law is applicable to him. No, I'm sorry, I will say that. Postcard News, I correct myself. The editor of Postcard News, not Alt News. Sorry, I correct myself. I say that if the editor of Postcard News has done something and put out an article knowingly to provoke a riot, then the law should apply to him. Postcard News, I repeat it again. That's fine. But I am on a wider subject now. 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question without being outshouted? I want to ask a question without being outshouted. Tanveer and Saurabhi. Thank you very much. Tanveer and Saurabhi. Now this is a bigger question which we are asking today. The media has got polarized, there's no doubt about it. And there are lobbies. In the US, if there's going to be the New York Times on the one side, there'll be a Breitbart on the other. Breitbart is right-leaning. The New York Times is leaning towards the other side. If somebody was taking a slightly more pro-Trump position, then CNN takes a completely anti-Trump position. It may or may not be correct, but that is the diversity of the media. both in digital, television and every platform that depend, people are known to be leaning this way or that. Maybe it's not the best way to be, but it's fine. Now my question is, can we have a deeper discussion on whether only one perspective should be allowed to exist on the digital media? And is there truly today? So for example, some people say Swarajya is right-leaning. It is. I'm saying this. 1 second. Swarajya is right-leaning. So tomorrow we'll say this Swarajya postcard, or tomorrow we'll say Op India will be leaning to the right.
We read India right.
No, yeah. So you read India right, that's your slogan. I'm putting it more clearly. I'm saying today, Sumant, can you relax? This level of intolerance is not good here. No. Not good. Just relax for a minute. Just wait a minute. Let me ask a question to Saurabhi. She's come for the first time on my program. Look at the way you are speaking. My question is more basic. There is a battle between social media lobbies, and there is almost a feeling among one group saying, listen, we came in, we are leaning left, Congress or AAP. We are anti-BJP, or let me say we are completely anti-BJP, anti-Sangh, anti-right. We put our flag in on the digital media, now only we will exist. So if tomorrow someone else comes, be it a postcard, be it an Op India, be it a Swarajya, in varying degrees leaning to the right, then it's almost a level of intolerance saying, hey, listen, you don't have any right to be here. We are the only ones who will exist. Is there that battle or not? Can we at least be open about it, that battle is there? It happens every day.
100% Arnab.
Why don't you express your opinion? Go on. Yes, please, Saurabhi.
And that battle exists and that battle exists mostly because for the last 60 years, these breaking India forces have really monopolized media, have monopolized the discourse in itself. And because there are newer players with a different perspective, the sort of scrutiny that they go through has suddenly increased. This intolerance brigade is talking about breaking India, tukad honge Bharat. That sort of hatred is being propagated, but no, they are not going to be looked at under the same lens as the right wing, which just shows that they are scared, Arnab. They are scared that the political discourse is no longer in their control. That
and
there is now a new way
Sumant, let me tell you one thing. Sumant, 1 minute. Can I give you my perspective on it? No, Sumant, one line here. Relax, Sumant. There are other participants. Tanveer is on the debate. 1 second. What Saurabhi is making a point, and look how you're not even listening to Saurabhi on the program. You're outraged that Saurabhi is speaking. You're outraged that there's somebody from Swarajya who's speaking. You're outraged that there is other perspective. This is the same outrage that was experienced even on the broadcast medium. It is like television, print and digital should all lean in one direction. Why should it?
Is it outrage?
Why should it?
I'm not outraged.
Why should it? Asking a decent question, do you think it is outrage?
I'm not outraged.
No, you are not listening, Tanveer.
Important question, logical question, do you call it as outrage?
For alternate facts.
Arnab, Saurabhi.
Okay, Tanveer and Saurabhi.
To Saurabhi. Arnab, I want to ask a question to Saurabhi.
Go on.
Saurabhi, fine. Everybody should have their own views. Right wing and left wing and center, anybody can have view. Please tell me, you're a young lady, young journalist.
Don't patronize.
Mr. Mahesh Hegde said, saying that a Jain Muni was beaten. No, I'm not saying.
Don't
a Jain Muni was beaten by Muslims. Do you support this, Saurabhi? You're a young lady. This is young India.
Tanveerji, you are completely diverting the issue. Anybody in their right mind would not say yes to a fake news story.
No, I am not
it is not. Of course, I am leaning towards the country, and which is why I am saying that there must be a balanced approach. It can never be that what you say is right and what we say is wrong. Has there not been instances in the left? Has there not been instances where fake news has been propagated by the left? That is not true.
What is that right-wing media all about?
Sir, this narrative has been going on for way too long. We are pro-India.
No, you are No. 1 second. Tanveer, I see a pattern here. Something very interesting is happening here. 1 second. I'll tell you one thing. Can I just get silence for 10 seconds? Please watch the last 30 seconds of the debate. Unable to accept a fairly reasonable argument put by Saurabhi Hodigere, who is a columnist from Swarajya, right, where she says, we certainly do not support, and she prefaced everything by saying, we certainly do not support any fake news that can incite, or roughly that is what she said. Tanveer tried to high-pitch the argument and do media stereotyping by saying, does a Muslim not have a right to exist in India? Which essentially means that if there is a reasonable, well-argued, factual, empathetic, right, valid argument put by someone who leans to the right, your response will be to put a hyperventilating, hyperbolic, rhetorical, an unreasonable response aiming to stereotype her. You are trying to stereotype Saurabhi as an extremist in her ideologies, which she is not. And I am exposing your attempt to do so today. This is media stereotyping of the worst kind. This is media stereotyping of the worst kind.
Arnab, I'd like to really
go on. Saurabhi, go on.
Arnab, I'd really like to come in here and ask every single party spokesperson sitting here that instead of talking about you versus me, instead of pointing fingers, why don't you talk about a law that will counter fake news? Why don't you talk about a law that will counter fake news? Why don't you do some productive talking instead of talking about you and me? Instead of talking about you versus me, why don't you think about laws that can prevent such sort of fake news? We are in a digital era, sir, where these sort of fake news...
Well argued.
Media is going to come across WhatsApp, it's going to come across any other place. Why don't you, as responsible politicians, talk about a law that is balanced?
Saurabhi, you're an honorable person for me.
No, but you did media stereotyping.
Belief system, what
you did. You are making a mistake. I'm making a mistake. I respond once again. And I tell you this.
I'm going away. I'm not talking ideology. I'm talking policy. I'm talking policy. I am saying that instead of pushing left versus right, talk about a law that will protect us.
When it comes in your favor, you talk about policy.
And instead of talking about
against your favor, you are talking about ideology.
No. This is not about my favor or not.
I also understand this type of argument. I can really outbeat you in this type of argument. Please don't walk on that path. I know how to argue you on that path.
A party that has taken the services of Cambridge Analytica, that has brought fake news mechanisms through which
your hatred towards Congress should not be hatred towards a particular community and ideology. No. Your hatred towards Congress should not be towards any particular ideology. You can hate any party, but why are you hating? No,
I'm not talking about hatred.
What did Mahesh Agre write about a Muslim? Tell me. What did Mahesh Agre write about Muslim? I am sorry. That is a beautiful word.
Sir, there have been innumerable times.
I am sorry that I am sitting in this debate. I am sorry that you know.
Used that sort of
is there therefore, can I come in? Saurabhi, I come to a very essential point today, and I think there is a need for us to understand this point. The media has been leaning on one side, right? Now, as much as there are people, and I'm saying this, you cannot be permanently anti-Congress, permanently anti-left, and permanently anti-AAP, or permanently anti any non-BJP party. For anyone, if you call yourself a media. Similarly, those people on the other side also cannot be permanently anti-BJP or permanently anti any organization associated with the RSS or the right. That also has to be understood. Intolerance in the media must not exist on either side consistently. That is the question which we are raising.
So
there is a battle today. There is a battle today, and we are consciously debating it.
Fact-checking sites are constantly busting fake news put out by the right-wing sites and contributors. You've got to ask yourself the question, why is there so much of fake news being put out?
Okay, Shantanu is coming on that. One second. I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you my view. Shumant, I'll tell you my view. Shantanu will respond to you. A point which you are saying is that fact-checking sites are constantly putting out and correcting everything that is wrong with the right. The question also will be, the fact-checking site should not become apologists for one political side either. No. Fact-checking sites, the fact-checking sites should also display their objectivity, if not wear it on the sleeve, by occasionally, if they don't mind, correcting news that comes on the other side as well, and perhaps not trying to be apologists for the Congress, the AAP or the left on a consistent basis, because then their own credentials will be put under question. And the other question is, I think there is multiplicity of media in this country and every perspective has the right to exist.
Why is there so much of stuff for them to bust?
Fine, so all the...
Arnab, why the likes of Sumant, why the likes of...
put out for them?
Arnab, why the likes of Sumant and Tanveer are getting irritated today? Because they had a free run all this while. Mr. Rajiv Manotra has written a beautiful book called Academic Hindu Phobia. When the Congress has given the whole academia to left over years, there was no right discourse over here. So they had a free run. They had a free run over years. Now when people like Swaraj Mag, Op India, Postcard are challenging their view, they get irritated because they don't have a counter argument. Because they don't have any counter argument, they are looking nervous, irritated and bashed on TV channels.
Yeah, that's the point.
There is a difference. There is a difference you don't understand.
Because for years together, there was no counter view available.
You don't understand
and Karnataka police has not produced any counterfactual against the postcard news.
And putting out fake news.
No.
Fake news is fake news.
No. One sec. Please understand. The argument being presented
Karnataka's police has not.
Gaurav is on the debate. Gaurav and Abdul Hafiz Gandhi. I say let 1,000 flowers bloom, let 1,000,000 flowers bloom, let there be perspectives on all sides. So much intolerance on one side doesn't make sense.
I don't want to shout over anybody.
Gaurav and Abdul Hafiz. Gaurav first, then Abdul Hafiz, and either which way. Go on, Gaurav.
You don't. Let me first make my point, then you can invite anybody you want. You know, the beauty of law is that it... Please, can you ask him to be quiet? Otherwise, I'll wait for my turn.
One of you has to back off for a while.
Please.
One of you has to back off. One of you has to back off and then wait for the other side to come.
You know, please request him to just wait for a bit.
Nobody listens to my request anymore. Go on.
I'm supporting Article 19. I'm saying that there should be diversity of ideas. But having diversity of ideas is different from spreading fake news. Media should be neutral. This is the objectivity is the thumb rule for the media.
Right.
But
now,
in
Arnab,
case of this postcard news, you see,
so I want to ask you. I then will ask you. No. There should be.
Most of the news is
I wish to make my point.
No, there is a point here. 1 second. One small point before Gaurav responds. Section 153A is about promoting enmity between different groups on ground of religion, race, place of birth, residence, language, etc., and doing anything prejudicial to the maintenance of harmony. My question is that when Jignesh Mewani tried to provoke people and spark a riot by calling for a street war, where were these voices in this digital media or Kong, AAP, left-leaning media, fact-checking organizations? Why did they not take a stance and say 153A should be applied there? Why didn't they? Why didn't they?
Arnab, if somebody is
No, why didn't they?
There is the government.
No, why didn't they? Gaurav is on the debate.
Gaurav, just take your argument forward.
We are raising the voice.
3 minutes on the debate. Gaurav is on the debate.
I would expect Hafiz will, extend me the same courtesy. Yeah. Arnab, the beauty of law is that law is the same for everybody. It doesn't discriminate on the basis of religion and ideology. Now just let's reverse the facts. Say if the reporter was not Mahesh Hegde, but the reporter was called Muhammad Yusuf, and he would have reported that a Maulvi has been hit by a Hindu. Would Siddaramaiah do the same and arrest that youth? No, Siddaramaiah would not have, and that is appeasement politics. Because we have seen Siddaramaiah never had the courage to even arrest radical elements in the state. Now, second, Mahesh Hegde's post might be factually incorrect, but it does not promote enmity between people of two religions or caste. At the most, it is inaccurate, and for that, he should not be penalized, to be booked and to be taken behind bars. So this appeasement politics has to end.
Its own course. Law is equal for all. Even if
you give me, there are thousands of posts made by many journalists. How, as long as it suits the politics of Mr. Siddaramaiah, as it suits the appeasement politics done by him. If it is pro-minority, Siddaramaiah will close his eyes And then if it's a different ideology which does not suit him, which is, liberal, or which is as per the constitution contrary to his belief,
I want to ask you, I will ask a very direct question. One second. I want the debate between, I would like a debate on this issue. 1 second. I would like a debate on this issue. 1 minute. Between Saurabhi and Tanveer. 1 minute, please listen. I give you one example. When the Youth Congress heinously slaughtered a calf in the middle of a street in Kerala to protest what was a non-existent beef ban, but a ban on slaughterhouse, a ban on slaughtering animals on the middle of a road, did any of these websites carry out a big campaign saying, you know what, there should be application of section 153 of the Indian Penal Code? Did they say that at that point of time? And why didn't they? Why didn't they? Nobody out here, Tanveer, remember this.
Arnab,
what I'm saying is just one point, Saurabhi. Nobody. I'm saying Postcard, Op India, Scroll, Wire, Alt News, XYZ, Republic TV, anyone. I'm saying nobody can claim to be the ultimate custodian of propriety. You understand this? But if some people are pretending to be, that we alone are the ultimate custodians of propriety, then I think that must also be called out. You get my point, Tanveer?
That's exactly what we are doing, Arnab. That is exactly what we are doing at this point in time. Not supporting whether any other aspect to it, but the fact that this sort of trend that only when a specific ideological leaning set of people point out, that is not correct. It has to be balanced. There has to be balance.
Putting out,
And why
And
has
I'm
he
sorry.
not reacted
Vivek,
whenever there has been injustice in Karnataka?
We'll take this forward.
Why has he not reacted? He has not raised a little finger.
Well,
Siddaramaiah has been appeasing when he has been playing the victim card. And whenever Siddaramaiah
closing the debate,
left out the activists, whenever there has been criminal activity, Tanveer has not opposed.
I repeat once again, Mahesh Hegde has to face the law, but let nobody pretend that they are the sole voice of anyone's of conscience in this country. There's a debate on. Let the debate continue. I thank you all for joining me on debate number 2, and I will see you over the weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Good night and goodbye.